Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to my sad life. I'm just kidding. Hi. So today I thought I would kind of talk about something that's a little bit sensitive. So I kind of want to talk about where my disordered eating began. Fun times, yeah. So I'm not currently in recovery for eating disorders or anything like that. I am currently struggling with a lot of behaviors. I'm not really going to go into that, but I kind of wanted to talk about where it all began for me. I think I was going to say as girls, but then I realized that, boys can go through this too. Anyone can go through this. So, when you're, in middle school or high school and everyone starts changing, and whether you're changing too fast or changing too slow, or if you're too big or too small, you just feel like shit, right? Okay, so, I've always felt that way. I've always felt shitty about the way I looked. I'm all, pudgy and scrawny in all the wrong places, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of already didn't like myself. I had never restricted because of it, though. I'd never stopped eating or thrown up or anything because of it. I remember exercising a lot because I didn't want to be fat, but I would never exercise because I thought it was healthy. I just wanted to lose weight. So that was more around high school. But where my eating disorder really fucking kicked my ass was when I was in my 20s. Hooray for your 20s being ruined. And it was, I really do believe that the fire was started by a healthcare professional. So, that's pretty horrible. I live in chronic pain. I live with it. I live in it. I have fibromyalgia. And it sucks. And I deal with a lot of pain every single day. So, a few years ago, I decided that it would be a smart idea to go see a chiropractor. Yay! My dad had suggested, he has back problems. He said, go to a chiropractor. They'll fix you, and then you just kind of go every few months. Whatever. Okay, great. If they can fix me, then have at it. So I went to the chiropractor. It was my first chiropractor? Yes, it was my first chiropractor. And she was this older lady. She was old but acted young. It was weird. I think she was 60 or so, but she was very youthful and happy and positive, so, and smart. So I thought she was awesome. So she talked to me about my spinal health and how, different sections of your spine can be responsible for different things in your body, like how well your digestive system runs, or your lungs, or your whatever, because it's full of nerve endings, and so it's your neurological system that controls the rest of your body. And so she was talking to me about spinal health and, cracking my back here and there. It wasn't really doing anything, but I truly believed that this woman had the power to heal me, because she told me she did. She told me she's seen people way worse than me who were healed. And so I was like, this is it. She's going to help me. I'm so happy. I'm going to do anything she says. And so she slowly started, getting really comfortable with me, and she would, she would, take coconut, oil or whatever, cocoa butter, I don't know what the fuck it was, but she would, rub out these knots in my back, and I'd be like, oh, me, and she'd be she would try to, tell me stories as she was, rubbing into me to distract me a little bit. So she'd always talk about her husband, and what am I doing? She would talk about her husband and how, much they fought. It was weird. And, the only thing they ever fought about was the fact that, he didn't eat healthy. And I'm like, why are you fighting over that? How is that something to fight over? And she was just saying, oh, my husband doesn't eat healthy, he always brings unhealthy foods into our house, and he doesn't listen to me, blah, blah, blah. And I was just so, I don't know. So she would just tell me about that, and I'd be like, uh-huh, yeah, okay. She's fucking working into me. So I'd just be like, uh-huh. And, slowly but surely, she just got really obsessed with telling me about how bad sugar was. Okay, so she would start telling me about how bad sugar was, and she did this really weird thing, which is such bullshit. And if there's anyone out there who's telling me this isn't bullshit, what I'm about to say, please let me know, because to me it seemed like bullshit. And if it's not, explain it to me, because I didn't get it. She took my hands, and she kind of moved me and was like, see how it's easy to keep balance of yourself? I was like, yes. She put a sugar packet, like, she didn't open the sugar packet, she just put like a sugar packet, like you'd get at a restaurant, like in my hand. And then she started like moving me to side again, and I couldn't keep my balance. But I don't know if it was because she was like pushing me more, I don't know. So I couldn't keep my balance, and she was like, do you see how sugar just being near your body like disrupts your body, like how it works? And I was like, huh? I was like, yes. Like, I really was just super naive, and I didn't understand I didn't understand if I believed her or not. But this lady told me she was gonna heal me, so I listened to her, okay? So I was like, okay, sugar's bad, you know. And she'd always say, don't keep things inside your house, because, like, I'll binge eat things, and if I, you know, then I feel really bad, so just don't put the food in your house so you don't binge eat. And I was like, okay. So she was, like, really trying to push, like, nutritional health, and how nutritional health was going to heal my fibro. And I believed her, because she's a healthcare professional, so why wouldn't I believe her? Sorry, I thought I heard something. Anyway, so I believed her, and she told me that I needed to start the paleo diet. Had to do it. If you guys don't know what the paleo diet is basically like, go back to being a caveman before there was processed this and that. It's a very like raw diet, kind of. It's more about getting protein and fruits and vegetables than drinking or eating processed things like milk, cheese, any kind of dairy, like rice, carbs. It kind of felt like Atkins, but it didn't focus so much on avoiding carbs. It just focused on eating fruits, vegetables, protein. It was mostly to get my pH level in my blood more alkaline. And for people who don't know what that means, it just means that instead of my blood being acidic by eating too many processed foods, acidity in your blood can cause like muscle pain and a whole shitload of other problems. So if you want to Google pH levels in blood, you know, acidic versus alkaline foods, you can learn about which foods will like help your stomach ache. Like if you have like an acidic, like heartburn, like there are fruits that will help, and there are even fruits and veggies that won't. Like, it's weird, like, I don't know. So you can learn about it and read about it, blah blah blah. Just don't become like me, and don't become fucking obsessed. I literally became like, what's it called, like orthorexic. I was terrified of eating anything processed, because basically she had told me that if I follow this diet and I get my pH balance to be alkaline, and there's strips you can buy, blah blah blah, I never did that, but if you can get your blood to be alkaline, your chronic pain will be healed. And that's what I was explained. And so, being someone who was desperately in pain for years, I was ready. I was ready to do whatever the fuck it took. And what sucks is I really love sugar. I really love chocolate and cookies and fun things and cereal. And the paleo diet says no sugar. Sugar's not good for you. It's not. It's going to make your blood more acidic, blah, 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 blah. Now understand that you are not supposed to have alkaline blood. Having your blood be too alkaline, meaning eating too many non-acidic foods, like non-processed, it's not actually that good for you. You want a balance. You want to have some acidity. You want to have some alkaline. It was completely unrealistic for a healthcare professional to tell me that every single day of my life I needed to be eating like this, or I was going to be in pain. It was a really fucked up thing for me to learn. What really, really fucked me up and fucked my brain up and gave me an eating disorder, I swear to God, was when I did this diet, I dropped weight really, really fast, okay? I mean, not gonna talk numbers, but I dropped weight within a few months quickly, okay? I was like, okay, so like, I wasn't like amazed at my weight loss. I just noticed my clothes weren't fitting right anymore. So I was like, I'm losing too much weight. Like, I really didn't think I needed to lose weight. I was like, I don't want to lose this much weight. All my clothes don't fit. that kind of sucks. And so when I had my appointment with her, I had said to her, you know, she asked me, how's the diet going? How's eating going? And I'm like, oh, it's easy. Well, no, I didn't say that. It's going fine. I don't know why I said it's easy. It wasn't easy. It was really hard and torturous, and I couldn't eat anything easy. Everything had to be cooked. Everything had to be fresh. Everything. It was very exhausting. It was not easy. I don't know why I said that. It was horrible. And so I was like, it's fine, you know. But I told her, you know, I'm really concerned that I'm dropping too much weight. I don't want to lose a bunch of weight. I want to stay in a healthy range. Like, such a wonderful, good question to ask a healthcare professional, right? But wrong. So she said, oh, I don't think you need to worry about that. And I said, ooh, I don't even want to tell you guys this part. Okay, major trigger warning. For the love of God, this is so shitty. What she told me was so shitty that it literally fucked my life up. So I'm not saying that what she said is true, okay? It's not true. It's just something really fucking demented that this lady said to me that she should have never said to me, especially as a healthcare professional, okay? I'm gonna say this, and I'm not saying it's true. I don't believe it's true. I think that this is total fucking bullshit. And it took me a long time to be able to say it was bullshit, because when it comes from a doctor, it's kind of legit. So, I don't know. So, this is what she said to me. When I said, I'm afraid I'm losing too much weight, she looked at me. She looked me up and down. I'm laying on my back, so she was, like, really looking at me. And she was like, look, you may look skinny, and the number on the scale may be skinny, but you're closer to what I would call skinny fat. Yeah. So I was like, what? And she was like, skinny fat. It's when you look skinny and your weight is skinny, but you're actually fat and your BMI is actually high because, you know, you don't have a lot of muscle. You're mostly just fat. So you're mostly fat, so you're not really skinny, even though you're underweight. Is what a fucking doctor told me, you guys. So, okay, just for those of you who are as fucked up as I am, and if you, like, sat through that story, it is not true. Skinny fat is not a word. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, skinny fat? Like, that's shit. And I think that it's so fucked up that a healthcare provider told me that. And I think it's really fucked up that I kept going back to her, and I kept giving her money to fill my head with this fucking nonsense. And let me tell you, whatever she was doing to my spine wasn't helping my pain. Whatever I was doing to my body with this diet wasn't helping my pain. It was making me fucking obsessed, and it was making me more aware of my body than I'd ever been. Everybody was telling me I was losing weight. Everybody was saying that my face was looking really thin, and I couldn't see it because all I fucking hear was this lady telling me I was fat. I was skinny fat. I'm not really skinny. You have a lot more to lose. Fat is gonna hurt you. Sugar's gonna hurt you. You're in pain because you choose to be in pain because of what you put your body. It's your fault. Like, it was bad. Like, she didn't even say it's your fault, but that's how I started thinking. I got really fucking depressed because I felt like I was killing my body. And I would look around and I'd see everyone else eating normal, and they're not in pain, they're not suffering. Why me? Why am I suffering? Why am I like this? Why am I skinny fat? Why is this in my life? Like, it was horrible. So it was just a horrible, horrible, horrible place to be. And it took a long time before I was able to get control. My self-harm went through the roof. And I say binge because I really think I did. Like, I would just fucking go insane sometimes, like, mostly at night, and I'd be like, I'm so fucking hungry! Like, I need chips or crackers or something, like, bread, like, I need it. Like, I was fucking dying for carbs, you know? And so I would overeat all these carbs in one sitting, and I couldn't stop. Like, my stomach would hurt, and, like, I could not stop. And then the next morning, I would feel horrible, and I'd self-harm. Like, it was every fucking day. Like, I was carving words into myself. Like, it was not good. Like, not nice words. Like, it was bad. And I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't get out. I was in this horrible, vicious cycle of I have to drop more. I have to drop more. I'm in pain because I'm fat. I'm in pain because I'm fat. It was horrible. And thank God for the community on Instagram, the recovery community on Instagram. Holy shit. Like, thank God, because I ended up unfollowing all these people who were triggering me, and it's not even their fault. They were just like people who were really thin and you know, just living their life. I don't know, but I was using them as, you know, my goal. Like, oh, I want to look like them. You know, when I look like them, I know I'm healthy and happy because look how healthy and happy they are. Stupid. I was young though. I was like 20, like 21. Like, I don't know. I don't know. So I fought really hard for my recovery, and I didn't go inpatient. I didn't go to hospital. I was not on the verge of death, but I was underweight. I had never been underweight before since I was like in 2nd grade, so it was hard. I stopped weighing myself. I did blind weigh-ins at my doctor. It was tough. I got weight restored, and I became a huge advocate for people appreciating what they are and who they are, and finding health as a balance rather than this fucking rigorous routine that you have to follow every day. Like, I learned to just think healthy, and it was so funny that just normal, nice people who have their own trauma, who have their own issues, who have their own chronic pain and chronic illness, were able to be more sympathetic, understanding, and educated than this fucking lady was. So for any of you who are going to see like a PT or an OT or a chiropractor or a doctor, a psychiatrist or a therapist or whatever it is, if they just leave a bad taste in your mouth and you don't really like the things they're saying to you, get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck out of there. You have to listen to your intuition, because even if you don't know what is really the right thing you're supposed to hear, you'll know when it's the wrong thing. Like, you just try to hear what they're saying and be like, is this really honest to God what I should be doing? Is this really it? Has it helped me? Have they been helping you? Maybe they're not the ones for you. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've been through so many chiropractors, PTs, therapists. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like, there's nothing even really like wrong with them, but they were wrong for me, and that's enough. So yeah, whoo, that got me really heated. It was a horrible experience. She was a horrible lady. Like, oh my God, God bless her. I really hope that her and her husband are doing better. I hope that she can eat cookies without telling all of her patients about it the next day, about how stupid she was for that. Like, I hope that she's in a place where she can just be a human being, man. Like, she was old. Like, do you really want to be like 60, 65 worrying about if you're like skinny or not? Like, she was old as shit. Like, I didn't care if she was skinny. She was just old to me. Like, does that mean? I don't know. I'm horrible. I don't know. But she was just so obsessed with herself and her body and what her husband did. And I was like, I don't want to be like you. I don't want to be obsessed. I don't want to judge people and get angry off of what they're eating. That's ridiculous. That's so stupid. Like, why do I care what you do? Like, you're fine. Like, do you, boo? Like, let me do me. What? Like, I don't know. So I just was like, I don't want to be like her. I don't have to take this advice. I don't have to listen to this lady. And that was just step one of many failed experiences trying to get myself help for my chronic pain. It's been a wild ride, you guys, but for sure that was one of my worst experiences, and it did cause me to have this little seed of doubt in myself that I deserved to be happy, or that my body was good enough, or that I just felt like, and sometimes I still feel like I'm in pain because it's my fault. And that's shitty, because I've done a lot to try to get rid of my pain. I've gone through a lot of procedures. I've done a lot of things on my own, and nothing's ever really been the cure. So that's pretty much it. That's kind of where all this bullshit came from, and the rest of it has just been up and down. You know, weight restored, losing, weight restored, losing, weight restored, losing, and now I'm struggling again, so I will probably have some more videos being a little more open and honest about that. And I just want you to know that recovery just isn't like a place you end up and you're like, I did it. Recovery is a process, and sometimes in recovery it means that you forget how to be in recovery. Sometimes I I don't know. I'm trying to practice being positive again, and believing in a higher power is something that has helped me through my addiction, and I really wonder if it can help me with my disordered eating. And we'll see. I don't know, but you guys deserve the best. You deserve the best care. And moral of the story, if someone is making you uncomfortable, it doesn't matter if they're a healthcare professional, they know better. I work in behavioral health. I know better. Everyone I work with knows better. And if they don't know better, then it's not your job to be their lab rat. You find someone who knows better, and you ask for someone different. You ask for someone more appropriate to your needs. Don't ever settle. Don't settle. No one's gonna give a shit as much about your care as you are. You have to be the one who steps up and says, I deserve better. So I hope you do that, and if you need help on making that conversation happen, you can leave a comment, and maybe I'll make a video, or we can just talk to each other about it. And, you know, I would really like to help you guys start that conversation, because you're completely allowed to have that conversation. It's your right as a patient who is seeking out services and support. So anyway, I hope you guys have a really good rest of your day, and I am going to try and get this pain under control. Yay! Alright. Bye guys. Take it easy.